You want to know what's going on in your dirt sports world? Whether it's four wheels, two wheels, Dirt Sports World's got you covered. From the dirt to the dunes, we bring you the latest action in racing, to lifestyle, the newest parts, the newest vehicles, and what the superstars of off-road are up to. Check out our social media for up-to-date information on Instagram, Facebook, Dirt Sports World, and more in depth. And check out the magazine at www.dirtsportsworld.com. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel, Dirt Sports World, for some great videos. So make sure to follow us and come get dirty with us.
I told y'all, we got the game on lock. Crank Lucas the rap deucer. Team Real Racing. Y'all already know we won. Off-road racing, quickest in the desert. To the finish line, passing through the checkers. It's Team Real, we just much better. When we on the track, we apply that pressure. People lined up screaming from the sideline. When they see the UT class fly by, or they see me in the truck doing drive-by, in the Parker Dam or in the Baja. Every time you see me rolling through inside a buggy, and I'm counting up the money, cause I came to multiply it. Push a 1200 horsepower in the motor, you don't really wanna race me, I dare you to try it. Started up the engine, now my wheels on fire. Zooming through the track while I'm burning up the rubber. Better get them slow waves out of my water. You don't wanna see the shark or there's a crusher. It's Team Real, y'all know what the biz. Crank Lucas and I'm spinning on the wheel. Doing 160, pass you so fast when the wind hits your body, get the chills. Telling everybody they can eat my dust, but I guarantee you won't beat my best. Pop a champagne when I'm at the finish line and I'm holding up the trophy and I beat my chest. What first place look like it's me? I don't do twos and I never met a three. People know the Team Real logo when I'm running through the desert and I'm running all through the streets. Never have to cap my race game tight. My vehicles can go all night. Foot up on the gas, I can never break right because I'm allergic to all the red lights. Team Real, Team Real. Everybody thinking that they faster till they got a race. Team Real, Team Real. All about the speed and you can see it all up in my face. Team Real, Team Real. Real scared money don't make no money. It's Team Real, Team Real. Hit the motor rumble and the tires burning from the rubble. Team Real, Team Real. Everybody thinking that they faster till they got a race. Team Real, Team Real. All about the speed and you can see it all up in my face. Team Real, Team Real. Real scared money don't make no money. It's Team Real, Team Real. Hit the motor rumble and the tires burning from the rubble.
so much to look forward to, including crowning our very first short course National Series world champion. First up, it's the three-time king starting off on top. It's win 17 for Connor Barry. First-time winner in the iRacing Short Course National Series. Take a bow, Drake Mittag. Matt Adams is winner 22. He does it in the signature Propellers Long Beach Surfside Showdown. Keaton Swain's not going to stand down. To the line, a photo finish.
He finally got it. Swain, pop the champagne, baby.
And while Luke Knupp's yet to taste success in 2025, it's going to be a taste that's oh so sweet. Back in victory lane for the first time this year. At the big house, her first win in the National Series. Through Calamity Corner, Crystal King gets it done. It's taken a while for Josh Edmondson to crack the victory circle. He gets it done here at the Wild West Motorsports Park. Barry getting quite comfortable in victory lane.
But the story, I think, right now is that young man right there, the number 4, Drake Mittag.
He broke through in the Pro 4s at Firebird. He'll win in the Pro 2s to start the season off. Keaton Swain wins again in the iRacing National Series, but this time in the Pro 2s, dominant at the front. It's Connor Barry, a Pro 4 and now Pro 2 National Series champion here in 2025.
Can't wait till the World Finals come now. This is going to be incredible. 2 Pro 4 races and a Pro 2. Anyone's game right now.
Just a few weeks removed from Connor Barry crowning himself the 2025 iRacing Short Course Pro 2 National King, we're ready to go for 3 electric rounds to crown our World Finals champion, presented by APV Simulator. Hi folks, I'm Judah Kankipati, joined alongside as ever by the voice of off-road, Dave Arnold, as we dive into a first here in the world of iRacing Short Course. Dave, 3 weeks, 3 different races, and it's going to see us crown our very first World Finals champion.
I mean, it's such a big change between the Pro 2 to the Pro 4s, and I'm so excited to see this format happen. I mean, we're kicking it off the Pro 4s first, and of course at the iconic Wild West Motorsports Park, and it's going to be some fast action. I'll tell you, these guys had an incredible run there. We saw some surprises, not some big surprises for a fact with Connor Barry, but the Pro 4s, we're back again. We're going to see some other drivers that we've seen excel more in the Pro 4s and the Pro 2s really rise to the top here in this Triple Crown Series.
It's been a while since we've seen the Pro 4s out in action. Earlier this year, we had our 10-round Pro 4 National Series Championship, of course won by Connor Barry as well, so 2-time champion in 2025. But as qualifying rolls its way through, 10 minutes on the board, drivers get 4 laps, and so often you'll see them do one run initially and then go back out late in the session and send another flyer. Cody Winicki is already, though, onto his 3rd of 4 attempts, so he's decided to push the tempo straight away. And one interesting thing that we should keep our eye on, Dave, as these times continue to trickle on in, is the fact that all drivers, for the first time this year, will make it into our 2 main events. Slightly different format that we have for these World Finals. However, we effectively have got some playoff points that have carried forward from the regular season, both Pro 4 and Pro 2 points stacked together. And after we finish off today here at the Wild West Motorsports Park, we'll eliminate half the field. Only 12 drivers will head to Event 2 in contention to be our World Finals champion.
Yeah, really, this format just makes it exciting. We just see really good races right off the bat. I mean, the heat races, don't get me wrong, are good, but we don't see some of those drivers battle early on that are already qualified. We have to wait to the main event. We get to see them go play now. And that's what's going to be so cool about it.
sometimes I wondered if they'd go and grab dinner between qualifying and going racing in the main event, but no dilly-dallying. Here comes Barry, by the way. Red stripe indicating, I believe, his currently locked-in status in the top 12, of course, of those drivers. 23 thousandths, though, off of pole position, because Nicolas Dachelet has put it all together on the opening sequence. Barry is going to keep going, though, on this second lap. Descends down to turn 2, and this is where it starts to climb back up to turn 3. Drake Mittag up to second, and look how close these times are, Dave. About a tenth and a half covering the top 6, as guess what? Keaton Swain jumped to the top of the board.
Well, I was just watching that, thinking the same thing. You know, not surprised. Keaton Swain, he does really well at this track for sure. But Nicolas Dachelet, you know, we were waiting to see him back in the Pro 4s. He does pretty good. And, of course, when Nicky's had some good runs in there, so I'm going to keep an eye on him. And, of course, Josh Edmondson, who did so well at the Pro 2s, he's also a heck of a Pro 4 driver. I think he's going to be up there battling. So it's great to see some of the regular faces back here in the Pro 4s battling.
Talking of form book, by the way, as Gavin Plummer runs his way to the line, Connor Barry won all the races that we had here in the Pro 4s. We had one regular round of the championship in the Pro 4s, and then one of those Triple Crown races where he swept all 3 of those main events. That was great fun. But in the Pro 2, slightly different story. We did see Barry struggle a little bit more. It was Drake Mittag that won overall.
Yeah.
One of the races, grabbed second in the other. Josh Edmondson did the other as Crystal King. That was an interesting line on the run up to start finish.
Yeah, I mean, she's not sitting bad at all. 5th place, that's nothing to shake your head at all, for sure. We're on board right now with Drapkin, watching those lines. You know, you were talking about those lines setting up there. Drapkin, he really sees this. He's driven this in, you know, pro buggies. He's driven life. He knows the lines. But as we know in iRacing, the lines are sometimes a little bit different than the actual conditions. But I'll tell you, I'm blown away of how well we actually see that track either deteriorate or have blue grooves, and, you know, how it's when it's fresh. So we see the times change quite a bit. So that's one of the accurate descriptions here. You see Drapkin just not as happy as he wanted to in that one.
No, I love seeing, by the way, that reaction. It's always great seeing the emotion. And Blue Groove, for those new to the world of iRacing short courses, when you actually put the rubber of the tire into the surface underneath you, and you can already see a line very much forming, and we'll race our way through 2 22-lap main events. An inverted top 4 for main event 1, and invert the results of that first race for the grid of the second race. So Connor Barry actually would start on pole position right now, but Josh Edmondson, 5th on the board, dives down to turn 2 in what will be his final attempt in qualifying. So short time remaining. We are yet to see Dachelet head back out there. Drake Mittag, Barry, Edmondson out for a flyer, but basically everyone else, Dave, done and dusted for the session.
Yeah, I know. It's incredible. I'm watching Edmondson right now on his point of view camera, and now I'm seeing the big differences with the VR. His body gets more into it. His head's leaning. You know, he smacks himself in the head. He's got to realign those eyeballs after jumping around. You know, but he's sitting 5th right now. Yeah.
And the word across the lips definitely, I think, showed us how frustrated he was. Look at the margin, though, at the front. Connor Barry has grabbed pole position, and there's only a handful of drivers that can respond. And we're talking 5,000th of a second. Drake Mittag breaks the timing line. That was his final attempt. He will not improve. And so it's now left to Nicolas Dachelet, Trenton Briley, and Adam McAfee, Mr. Batman himself, left to try and pip Barry, who does have one more attempt to try and improve. Here comes Briley, the run up to turn 1 for him as he gets the lap underway. Barry has just crossed the line, and guess what? He finds 2 more thousandths of a second and improves at the front of the field.
Yeah, not a bad deal at all there in 9th place, and a good move there. Briley, I'll tell you, we're going to see here. He's going to see what this one's going to be. This is going to be interesting.
So Briley, Dachelet, last 2 trucks left on track, 900 horsepower, all sent through, all 4 wheels. That's compared to the Pro 2s we went racing in just a couple of weeks ago. can really dig yourself out of the final corner, and we'll see plenty of side-by-side action here at the bullring-like Wild West Motorsports Park. Briley breaks the timing line, and it's no improvement for him. He stays buried in 9th position. Just Dashley left to come, and third in the qualifying points will net him 2nd on the starting grid, so it's not going to be bad no matter what happens here.
Yeah, I know, but it's interesting to see. This is really judging. Now, of course, when you get a bunch of trucks out there, those perfect lines that you're doing in qualifying, they may exist if you're out front. But sometimes they won't, because you're going to be trying to block somebody trying to get by you. So it's just really great to see the speed that these drivers have, and the difference from the riding the Pro 2s to the Pro 4s on a lot of these drivers. Dashley didn't better his time, but I'll tell you, very respectable. Good to see him up there in 3rd.
He didn't better the position. He actually did better the time, Dave, and by about 0.5 of a second. But these are the margins that we're talking about here. 1/4 of a second gets you down to 12th position. And all our drivers for the first time this year are locked into the main events as we invert the top 4. We'll grab a chat with Connor Barry before we take a look at the starting grid. So let's drag in our pole sitter, standing by with Dave.
Connor, back in the Pro 4s. I know you're very comfortable in these machines here, but Wild West, this is always a physical track for sure. Turn 1 and Turn 2 always make it interesting. What are your thoughts?
I think it's going to be a battle here. So I'll be in 4th now, so it's going to be a battle. We got some fast guys up front, so it's going to be good, but our speed's good, so we're going to try to go out there and win this.
In that first turn, you got your strategy already figured out what's going to go on? I mean, they're back in the 2nd row, and you got Dashley and Matag in front of you. It could be interesting.
Yeah, I guess we'll just see on how good of a start I get. I think my start should be good, so we'll go in there and try to get through turn 1, and then got a long event, so gonna be smart here and try to stay the top 5 for sure.
Well, going to say good luck to you, and I guess we're going to find out how it turns out here just in a moment. Good luck, Connor.
Well, let's take a look at the starting grid for the first race here in the 2025 iRacing Short Course National Series World Finals presented by APV Simulators. Drake Mittag will start from the front row alongside of Nicholas Dashley, while Keaton Swain and Connor Barry, 2 formidable foes, line up right behind them. Josh Edmondson and Crystal King line up on row 3 with Cody Winicki back in the Pro 4, which saw him show some great form at the start of 2025. He has Thad Countryman on his outside with Trenton Briley and Zachary Drapkin, the rest of the top 10. Cody Vanderveer and Tyson Miller really in the middle of the pack and in the danger zone in some ways, just in front of Tom Grady and Batman Adam McAfee. Matthew Lindy, Sean Winkler share row 8 with Hadley Boyce and Austin Schreiber just in front of Gavin Plummer and Trevor Teal to make up the top 20. Matt Lass and Carl Cooper round out the 22 trucks that do battle, and don't forget, we will invert the top 6 to go racing for the 2nd of our 22 laps, and we have a 9-lap first stage effectively, Dave, before we have a comp caution and we pack the field back up.
Oh, this is going to be exciting. I can't wait. I mean, qualifying, we always kind of go, okay, it's some great battles, but now to get to see all these trucks on at one time, to going into that first turn, it's just already, you're jumping right into the main, baby. I love it.
Well, Drake Mittag is the one that has the chance to lead the field to green, and in some ways the chance to put everyone else under pressure here, Dave. What are we expecting in this first little sprint before that first comp caution?
Well, I think, like, even Connor said it's going to be physical. I think this race is going to get physical out of turn 1 every time. Of course, in any restart beforehand, I think turn 2 always makes it interesting. And, of course, that final turn coming off that turnstile up top always is fun to see what line, who protects, and who makes that dive to the inside.
Well, here we go, underway for the 2025 World Finals presented by APV Simulators. It's Drake Mittag that leads them up and over the crest of turn 1, as behind him Dashley and Swain squabble for 2nd. Barry goes defensive, covers the inside line, as Edmondson, Winicki and Crystal King are all in the fight for effectively pole position in the 2nd of the main event. Out of turn 3, King gets shoved out wide. Here comes Cody Winicki sliding up the inside to plug the gap.
Yeah, when Nicky saw that open and that door right there, he just took his foot in it right away. But King, she's not going to give out. She's got some good lines there. Drapkin looking to the inside there, trying to pinch her out and possibly gives her a rub. And she ain't taking her foot out of it, man. She's getting her foot on that skinny pedal and definitely all the way to the floor at this point.
Look at the gap up to those in front as Edmondson gets shoved high and wide and around. Caddy Wampus has contact in midair. He rejoins down in about 17th position. And you can surely already see a little bit of frustration on the body language of the truck as he tries to recover down the inside on the plunge to turn 2. Another truck's going to get sent around and forced by Matthew Lindy as one more onto the K-rail behind. It's all sorts of chaos. At least Cody Vanderveer sat on pit lane and wondering how he survived all of this.
Yeah, that would look like it was Tyson Miller that was getting pushed sideways there, but nice maneuver, just kind of counter-steering, keeping that thing straight. He's not the Terminator for nothing on that one, that's for sure. But a great run now, getting back up, looking through the battles in the back there. But Matad, he is really starting to get comfortable out there. He's got his own line established. So we see Dash Lace when we're trying to run him down there. Connor Berry has still got Keaton Swain, though, right up on him. And look at this, the uprights trying to get split here in the back of the pack. And they just kind of bunch up. We go back up to the battle up front. But Tack still getting battled with the Dashley. Barry tries to go high, wide, and handsome to stay out of the trouble.
I think Dashley wants to lead at the comp caution, gives him a chance to try and break away on the restart. Problem is, Barry has picked his way past Keaton Swain. And now 2 more in sight as he works forward. They just continuing to knock 7 bells out of one another back in the pack, and producer Hugo's recognized that and split the action. Contact down into the final quarter. All sorts of contact as well. Someone trying to skip over the inside. I think that is Hadley Boyce just behind Adam McAfee as the leaders head down out of turn 2 once again. And Drake Mittag going very, very defensive right now, starting to feel a bit more pressure.
Yeah, and I can see Crystal King still battling back in that 7th position. She is not afraid to throw a shoulder right into that thing. She'll put him right to the door, and she's got to find her way through there. Back up front, though, you can see Barry now putting a fender on the inside of Dash LA there. Very smooth and clean. Let him know he's there. He's going to make a run up the inside. Let's see if he can get a run. But look at this. Keaton Swain trying to get a run also. We'll see when they go into the corner here. Barry getting his toe into the inside. And it's going to be Dash LA still by nose.
And that's where the Pro 4 allows you to fight a bit more on the inside down at turn 4. We saw that move in the Pro 2 National Series, needing a lot more contact to be successful. Barry just avoids tagging the left rear, avoids sending any fiberglass flying as looks like Matt Lass is rejoining off a pit lane. This is how Adam McAfee drove his right front inside of that wall, and is he going to get himself out of there? Oh, I don't quite think so, as in the live pictures. Cody Winicki sees his opportunity and tries to now cut underneath of Keaton Swain on their run up to that final corner. Sat behind them is Zachary Drapkin, who's done a great job at this race start, up 4 from where he started this race.
Yeah, you can see the back to Crystal King there, but back up to Drapkin, looking to the inside, trying to make a little bit of nudge there to let you know, hey, Sean, these guys are coming back up with Nicky. Also, Swain with a good leap, though, and looks like Swain's going to get a whole lot of Winicki from coming from the backside there.
I'm just looking who else has made some good headway. John Winkler is +8. That's pretty remarkable. This is not a land rush start by any means where you're 10 wide, picking his way through the chaos of the opening couple of laps. And speaking of, only 3 more laps before the competition caution as they continue to make contact down at turn 2 behind. Tom Grady's involved in all of this. Austin Shiver is there as well. Don't discount the 98 of Gavin Plummer too. Has spun in front of them. That is Connor Barry. What has happened to the 2025 King?
Hopefully we got a camera that caught that one. I'd like to know what happened. He's all the way shuffled to the rear. We can see, look at the inside of Jeff Blake. Oh, catches the K-rail on the inside. That nose just climbed right up, brought him right around. Oh, he gets a little reminder, you're in the way, buddy.
And so maybe just being a little aggressive, trying to push on Dash Delay, and well, that's the contact, and that might be one of his teammates, Josh Edmondson, in the Channel 199 sim racing machine. As now back in the live picture, Zachary Drapkin up to 5th and on the back of Cody Winicki, and now sliding up the inside through all of this. It will be 2 laps to go until the competition caution flies. Next time at the stripe, and Drake Mittag has got a healthy advantage at the front. Drapkin no way through, headed back down to the line.
And I do remember Mittag saying this was not his favorite track. He may change his tune now, as we're on board with Zach Drapkin, and he is just intense. He's back there in that 5th position right now. You can see Cody Winicki on that number 9 right in front of him. Let's give it a look there. He's going to see if he can make this move, go for an outside-inside move there, but Winicki's going to just keep it tight enough where he can't squeeze in.
So let's talk about the World Finals. Remember, of the 21 that are entered here tonight, only 12 drivers will advance in terms of eligibility for the finals into round 2. Everyone will still race when we compete at Bark River.
Yep.
However, not everyone will be eligible, and we'll chop 6 more off the block heading into the final round, hopefully on Wheatland on, I believe it's December the 10th. And that allegedly. That should be very exciting. Bit of contact down through the final corner as Hadley Boyce just about holds on. But we're on lap 9. Competition caution will fly when Drake Mittag sees the stripe once more. And up to turn 1, drivers recognize they've got to take advantage.
Yeah, you can see Schreiber back there battling also behind Boyce. But the little groups we're seeing there. Just got a shot of Briley coming by.
Barry has picked his way back up to, I think it's 17th position. So I think that's where he'll restart this race from, as Schreiber tucks on to the inside, not once but twice, of the car in front of him, Tom Grady. Meanwhile, Drake Mittag has seen the end of lap number 9, and we slowed things down for the first time today.
Oof.
And our first of the main events has been led so far, uncontested, by the Impact SimSport number 4 of Drake Mittag.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Mittag's just on point. He's hitting all of his marks exactly like he should, and, in his head. When he's out front, he's a fast runner, man. He can run like a rabbit, I'll tell you. Just got to stay smooth and keep the contact on him. And we saw he already got a little comfortable gap there. If he can do that again, this could be his night. And once again, he kicked off the Pro 2 season with the first win.
And we'll get the chance to catch up with Drake in just a moment's time. One of the fun storylines of the end of the Pro 2 National Series was the fact that Connor Barry and Drake Mittag were racing from the very same room. Not quite sure if that's the case now, as looks like Cody Vanderveer is getting his laps back. But let's catch up with our race leader, Drake, standing by with our own Dave Arnold.
Drake, you told me, this is not my favorite track. Before, and you're not a big fan of this place, but I'll tell you seem like you got it wired down right now. You're starting to gap at the very end there. I'm sure that's going to be the same strategy in this next race.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to go as fast as I can for another 11 laps and see where I end up. I was able to walk away from the beginning half, so hopefully I can repeat it and get this done.
You putting a lot of time into this track there, because I know when you said it wasn't your favorite track.
Yeah. This one's starting to become one of my favorite tracks for sure. Definitely a lot of laps put in before this. A lot of work, and it's the World Finals. There's a lot of money on the line for a sim, so it's you do it at home, and here we are doing it and playing it off.
Well, you're definitely looking good out there. I got to say good luck to you, and I'm sure you're pretty focused on it.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, guys.
All right, on Drake Mittag as he leads the first half, the first race.
Pretty sure, by the way, in the background, certain Connor Barry was sat there. So for the, I think, 3rd or 4th consecutive round in this national series, racing on a slightly unfamiliar rig, which is always a slightly uncomfortable feeling, but that's where you must adapt and adjust. Mittag will lead them off in a way, and definitely starting to feel a bit more comfortable about this track in particular, I think it's fair to say. Big smile on his face when we were talking to him just there.
Well, it's one of those things when it's like you put time in it, you get frustrated, you like it, all of a sudden it goes, oh, it's like flipping the switch, it just clicks, and you got it figured out. You put the time in, you figure it out, and you're going to have the results. We've seen it with a lot of the drivers. Out
of the final corner, here we go. Half of the heat complete. 22 laps, now becomes 11 left to sprint. Drake Mittag is your leader. Ignore the top left where it's telling you Carl Cooper is at the front of the field. Dashley not close enough to peek to the inside, but neither is Keaton Swain behind him. They accordion, and a couple get sent high and wide. That looked like the Terminator, Tyson Miller, as into turn 2 they plunge. Single file at the front of the field. Connor Barry still only in 17th position.
Man, he's got a lot of footsteps to make up there, I'll tell you. It is tough there. Drake Mittag just hitting flawless. But, you know, Dashley, he hasn't really lost him yet. Swain's right there. And, I mean, I look back and see the equal gaps. Now, we got a challenge going on. It looks like Zach Drapkin and Crystal King side by side. Drapkin to the inside. And it looks like Crystal just kind of... you got to almost kind of take that line away. And I know you guys are a drag race, but, man, he did that tour in the first half of the race.
I think that they are right now going to be locked in what should be an intense fight for reverse pole position for the second main event. On board with Sean Winkler, as ever, in virtual reality, as Connor Barry, by the way, is now back up to 15th position. So slowly but surely starting to pick his way through, and he needs to grab as many points as possible to lock himself into the top 12. Finally, the top left is going to show Drake Mittag at the front of the field, and so Crystal King is actually in the inverted pole spot. Sean Winkler, the one trying to snatch that away in the Shenandoah Shine 278. King able to hold steady through that final corner, and the Pro 4s all grabbing traction, running back up to turn 1.
Yeah, it's just such a great shot coming there, that front, or watching the whole front of the pack there as the battle goes right down in front of them. Swain still trying to hunt down, you know, Dashley, and Dashley's eyes are laser focused right now on Mittag. You just see, looking at that inside, he's right there every time. This is going to be a good battle. Mittag's got to gap him, otherwise, you know, Dashley is just going to keep the pressure up. And
Nicholas Dashley, definitely not seeing the best of him in the Pro 2 Series, where finished 15th in the points. He was 4th in the Pro 4 National Series. He has a chance to get to the inside as they dive out through turn 4, although Mittag on that outside is going to roll that momentum and hold steady. Still some overlap as they begin that climb to turn 1. How aggressive will Dashley be? He sends it. Mittag sees it coming, sweeps back underneath. It's beautiful stuff. Keaton Swain not even close enough to take advantage.
Oh my goodness, that was like textbook. Like I was watching an old Lucas Oil off-road race there, watching a Pro 4 battle. That was just incredible. I mean, just to see Mittag looking so smooth. Dashley, though, that was just an incredible run. And I'm surprised Swain wasn't right in there just trying to put a toe in the water.
Slightly overcommitted to Dashley, but through all of that, Mittag with the wherewithal to see it coming now. A bit of contact as they shove their way through turn 4, and the factory SimSport truck tucks back into line. Yes, once again, Swain not close enough in that SimCoach's number 21 to force the issue, but it is a teammate directly in front of him, and his teammate once again has a poke. They'll plunge off of turn 1, wheel to wheel, and Mittag increasingly looking under pressure. In those first 9 laps, never dealt with anything like this. There goes Swain underneath his teammate. They'll battle out through turn 3.
Yeah, I was wondering when Swain was going to get there and see that opening, because he could have taken that early on there when we saw the battle between these two coming up that hill. The same thing, opportunity presented itself to him, and he went for it. Look at this, Swain with a good run. He's going to go for an outside-in shot there, but Dashley is going to fill that spot. Very smart driving by Dashley, very defensive, but it also allowed Mittag just to gap on him just a little bit.
Looks like Trenton Briley's lost some ground, and Connor Barry is now up to 13th through all of this. Not quite 7 laps left to go, or maybe it is 7 laps left to go. Let's see if he can get into the top 10. That would be a pretty good result from being spun around on that inside wall. Back out through turn 2 and up into turn 3. Josh Edmondson has just picked his way through on Sean Winkler, and so he's now in the spot to try and fight for the inverted pole position. Remember, he got tangled up with Barry when he got mixed up, and here comes Barry up the 12th spot.
Yeah, you can see Briley have a battle right there. 2 cars pinching him off. And his best bet is just to go up there and try and run up the inside of him. But looked like the battle up there. Look at this one, Nicky. you know, is making a good run up there too now. He's starting to make a challenge there with Dashley. He got by Swain coming out of that final turn. What an incredible move to the inside there when Nicky's going to push him way through. But, you know, once again, I think Dashley with that inside preferred line. Let's see how the setup is going to be.
Oh, gets turned on the nose, and Dashley out wide. Winnicki sweeps through. And through all of this, Drake Mittag has got a 1.4 second advantage. Crystal King fights with Zach Drapkin once again. They have been putting each other through their paces today. Josh Edmondson is on the inside, trying to make his way through as well. In the inverted transfer position, Dashley slotted into 7th. We are in short time at this point, though, Dave. There are fewer and fewer opportunities remaining. And they are running each other very close as they slip and slide off the corner.
Oh, no, I'm seeing Swain start to flicker there. And did he just disappear?
He's having some technical issues, but we'll try and hope that his internet doesn't go out. King gets forced off the track.
Wow.
Oh, sweeps back onto it, but that was very, very close to slipping into no man's land. Shoves Dashley out through the corner, and this is now a brawl, an outright brawl for that 6th and final spot in the queue, and the pole position for main event number 2.
I think you're right. The gloves have come out. They're kicking. They're scratching. They're throwing punches. They're doing everything they can to get up that inverted pole position right now. Dashley holding on to it. But look at the Crystal King now to the inside. 3 wide coming off. Oh, what an incredible run down the front straight.
That countryman all sorts of out of shape on the power. Not alongside to make it 4 beam, as that is Sean Winkler opening a big door. Oh, and as Crystal King tried to fill it, got turned slightly on the nose of Countryman there, 2 by 2 as they head down the hill. Even more action behind them, let's not forget. 3 laps to go at the line. Mittag with a 1.7 second lead and looking good to hold on here at Wild West Motorsports Park.
I mean, what an incredible race this really turned out. You know, the front battle's great, but I mean, the battle back there for 6 right now is probably the best one we're watching. Look at this, 3 wide up the hill this time. Going to the turnstile is going to be real interesting. Coming up the final turn, 3 wide, beating and banging there. Someone's going to get hurt. Here comes Crystal King up the inside. Looks like he's going to get Countryman back.
And Dashley almost went up and over with his commitment into that final corner. There was no holding back at this point, like we were mentioning earlier. An interesting ride in virtual reality, I am sure. Bit of contact as Crystal King tries to fend off that Countryman down into the corner. That's going to lead her to make some contact with Sean Winkler as well. Gaps opened up to Dashley, and this is his chance to scamper away with inverted pole.
And you see Countryman getting shoved back a little bit farther there, trying to chase down Crystal. It's a great view from him right now. So we're watching on board with that. And also we got that POV camera on him. Very intense. And that battle is intense right there. Countryman looking the inside of King. Little contact. King laying on Winkler on the outside. The run. Are we going to see a flag coming up here pretty soon?
Next time by for the leader, who continues to hold a 1.5 second advantage. More contact made. Oh, Tyson Miller almost turns Countryman around as fiberglass goes flying off in the background of the shot. I was slightly right that Dashley is well and truly clear at this point. 1.2 seconds to the good. And Crystal King, in making her move on Winkler, has just established a bit more of a buffer for her factory SimSport teammate up the road. Mittag will see, though, the white flag as he descends out of the final corner, and he's got just under a mile left to hold on to the first victory in the World Finals. King goes wide, door gets open, Countryman looks for the gap.
And it looks like King's going to get by a fender coming down the hill, the white flag, and she is definitely leaning on him, saying, get off of me. Nice recovery as Winkler now gets a little breathing room there. But Dashley back there in 6th place, that is the sweet spot. If he can hold on to that spot, he'll be looking good.
Connor Barry could get as high as 9th position if Crystal King continues to get tussled up here. Red plates on the Pro 4 and Pro 2 champion, as here comes Swain sliding down through the running order into 5th as Edmondson pokes to the inside. All as up front. From pole to victory. What a dominant performance after being granted the opportunity to start at spot number 1. Inverted top 4 sees Drake Mittag grab top points. I don't know where the 6-7 comes into play there, but he'll start back in 6th position for main event number 2. Rest of the drivers scramble their way to the line, and it sees Connor Barry finish down in 10th spot.
Oh, what an incredible race. I'll tell you, I'm just blown away. Matag was on spot, but the battle back there with, Winkler, Dashalet, Crystal King, Countryman, dude, that was insane.
Here's a look at the results. It's Impact Sim Sport 1-2. What a statement from them in the Pro 4s where they've always shown so much speed. Winnicky just behind Mittag, and then Drapkin, Edmondson, Swain, and Dashalet. They'll invert to line up for main event number 2 with Sean Winkler in front of Thad Countryman, and Crystal King and Connor Barry rounding out the top 10. Fast lap did go to Swain towards the conclusion of that first stage as the track continues to evolve. Tyson Miller in front of Gavin Plummer with Trenton Browley in 13th, Tom Grady, and then Cody Vanderveer just in front of Austin Schreiber, Adam McAfee, Hadley Boyce, Matt Lass, and Kyle Cooper, all who do see the checkered flag. Unfortunately, one retiree was Matthew Lindy, and I'm not sure we'll get to see him head out there for the second of our races. Let's grab another chat with our first main winner, Drake Mittag, once again standing by with Dave.
Wow, Drake, what an incredible race, but I got to tell you, it was a little pressure I'm sure you were feeling in the first couple laps of the second half of the race.
Definitely. That track was nuts towards the end. I think that's probably some of the best laps we've ever had on iRacing. Not lap times, but as a driver, adapting to the track and still being able to play and win this race.
Well, it was crazy. You started to get a little gap towards the end, and everybody, the battle's behind you. Were you hearing what was going on? Because it was nuts behind you.
I saw the relative board and definitely saw things were getting wild there for sure, but didn't bother me. I didn't pay attention to it, just locked in and got the job done.
Is that sometime in your back of your head, okay, they're all battling back there, I'm just going to run like the rabbit?
Yeah, I tried to do the same lap every lap for 22 laps, just be smooth, be smart, and it worked out. We got another one to go. I'm starting 6th, so complete opposites of how this next race is going to go compared to how this race went. I'm starting not mid-pack, but right outside the top couple drivers. So I'm definitely going to learn a couple things right now, and definitely try and go and win the second one, do as best we can. Maybe not. It is what it is. Still got a couple more to go.
Well, nevertheless, good luck to you, young man, and have a good race.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Drake Mittag, feeling good and feeling consistent out there.
Let's also catch up with Nicholas Dashalet, who was making a push for the lead, but will start now on pole position after fighting his way back up through the field. Nicholas, interesting first main event of this World Finals, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I don't know how I ended up in the invert position after what happened there battling for the lead, but I guess it's a good consolation prize.
Talk us through that battle in that first main event at the front. Looked very, very intense.
Yeah, those first few laps, I was just trying to maintain contact with Drake, try not to let him get too far ahead, and I had Connor on my door, and then he ended up making a mistake and gave me some breathing room going into the comp yellow, and then I had a few shots at Drake there after the comp yellow, but other people decided to join the party, so it got a little crowded up there, and I was the odd man out, but we were able to fight our way back up to 6th, so we'll be starting on pole for the second race here.
And how's the track evolving? How's it feeling out there in practice right now?
It's very slick, so it's going to be hard to turn. Even late race at the beginning, it's going to be hard to turn, but I feel like we have a pretty good setup for a blown out track, so hopefully I can get a good start in this main event and pull away and come home with a win.
Well, best of luck in that factory SimSport machine.
Thank you.
See who else we can catch up with before we get going for our the second main event of the day. Dave's got Josh Edmondson.
Josh, man, what a physical race there, I'll tell you, man. Getting punched, in the gut felt like, and fighting your way back up.
Yeah, that pretty well describes it. That sucked getting spun out there, put me back a ways, but yeah, I managed to come back. I'm pretty happy, I guess, with that.
Yeah, and of course, Connor got, your teammate got pushed all the way back, fought his way up too. So I guess you two are going to be definitely fighting your way up through, since you're not in the top 6 right now. So it's got to be a little frustrating.
Yeah, definitely a little frustrating. I feel like I had the pace to be up front. And then I also had my VR the last few laps of that race. It like reset. So I was sitting like in the middle of the truck. It was really, really difficult to drive those last few laps. But I got that fixed now. So hopefully that doesn't happen again, and we'll hopefully be up front.
Well, I got to say good luck to you again, because that was an incredible race, a good way to fight your way back up there. And man, guinea pedal, push it hard.
Thanks, Dave.
All right.
Always nice to catch up with some of the drivers before we get ready for some more racing. Don't forget, Pro 2s at Bark River after this, before we return with the Pro 4s, hopefully, at Wheatland on December the 10th. But that is all still a long ways away. 22 laps left tonight. Let's take a look at the starting grid. Nicholas Dachelet has a shot at redemption alongside his Factory Simsport teammate Keaton Swain. Josh Edmondson and Zach Drapkin will line up behind them, with Cody Winicki and Drake Mittag inverted back to 5th and 6th positions. 7th goes the way of Sean Winkler, fighting hard in the first of the main events. That countryman, Crystal King, just in front of two-time champ in 2025. Connor Barry has some work to do from 10th. The Terminator, Tyson Miller, is 11th. Gavin Plummer rolls to his outside, while hopefully not unlucky 13th for Trenton Briley. Tom Grady's 14th. Cody Vanderveer and Austin Schreiber then share row 8, with Adam McAfee and Hadley Boyce 17th and 18th spots. Matt Lassen, Carl Cooper behind them. Matthew Lindy and Trevor Teal behind them as well. Although, like I mentioned earlier, don't think we're going to see Matthew Lindy to complete the night. As a glorious sight, Dave, our trucks lined up and ready to go one final time tonight.
Man, it's just so great. I mean, I'm so excited for this second race, because the first race, that did not disappoint one bit. I mean, one thing about Wild West, it always, it's high speed, but it brings some good racing. And we just saw it tonight.
I think it's going to be interesting how it shakes up. We've got Dachelet and Swain. We know they're both quick on the front row of the grid, but track evolution plays such a big part, and you can really see it, Dave, from this camera shot from up above.
Oh yeah, I mean, we saw from the first part of the race, and the first race to the second half, how the track deteriorated. It's only going to get worse from here, and I think they're really going to have to watch those lines, and you carry too much speed. If you start to drift out, getting the marbles, it could leave some doors open today.
Well, hoping that all our drivers are dialed in and ready to go. Race Control has just given them a quick chat about expectations for contact. And they almost made some contact rolling off the starting blocks. Pace truck will pull off and away. And like we saw in that first main event of the night, your pole sitter has the ability to jump very, very early. Expect a similar thing here already, with Drake Mittag scoring race 1 victory in the 2025 World Finals presented by APV Simulators. We are go. iRacing pace truck barely has time to scamper off the track before Nicholas Dachelet has blasted up the hill into turn 1. Swain, Edmondson, they're fighting behind for second. Mittag already up now into 4th position as they plunge down the hill. Barry still nestled in 10th spot. And now hopefully, safely, we navigate our way through turn 2. Connor Barry is now up to 6th.
Yeah, what a great move by Barry as he slid in through the inside. You can see him going on the outside there, again, trying to make a good run on Cody Winicki there. And you can see that right in front of him, though. You can see where Nicky's there down in the inside. Oh, getting a little help there. Crystal King coming up the inside there with a great move. She's going to be almost door-to-door with Barry down the hill coming there. But, I was so impressed with Dachelet. He did not sleep on that start. He wanted to get out there, get established, because he knows Swain's right behind him. And that's feeling a lot of pressure. We see these guys get through turn number 1. Too wide, just saying very clean through there. I tell you, Arjuno, very clean race.
Remember that 12 drivers will be continuing in terms of eligibility. They have some points that carry forward if they succeeded in the Pro 4 and Pro 2 National Series. However, things just reset every week. It's such a unique format, and we're expecting plenty of excitement as we work our way through. Barry unable to find his way through on Cody Winicki, and what has been a pretty clean opening couple of laps, but much like we had in main event number 1, at the end of lap number 9, competition caution will pack things up, and Barry has gone from starting down in 10th position already up to 6th as we start lap number 3.
Yeah, I think just as you were talking about him and Winicki, you guys right to the inside, drove right by him. It was like, well, you couldn't have set that up one any better.
Oh, he's really, though, showing us that it's possible to make moves. He's doing it in clean fashion as well, because the last thing that you'd really want to do, Dave, is make some contact, get race control involved.
Yeah, talking about another guy in the move, Edmondson, all the way up to, sitting in that 3rd position now. Drake Matag back and forth. He's gone up 2 spots. Now, granted, with that invert, all the way back to 6. It's tough to make your way up there. You're in that top bunch to get that maneuvers going on there, because you guys are so equal on the speed and the driving styles.
Seeing plenty of contact, but we're just about making it work. Having said that, I think Crystal King may have just got sandwiched. Behind, Austin Schreiber gets involved as well, although one truck is stationary. Gavin Plummer and Hadley Boyce tangled up at turn 1. Back down at turn 2, it's still King involved with Zachary Drapkin. Those two have found themselves locked together, magnetized here tonight.
I know, I was going to say, and this is like deja vu from earlier. I know she's figuring out Zach, but he's got a few tricks up his sleeve there. He's going to fill that inside each time, try and keep it tight on there. King has, though, done real well through the inside. We saw her going through with Connor Berry when he was making his way up through there.
Barry up to 5th position now. At this point, I think he's pretty comfortably locked himself into that top 12 as Drapkin and King. Bit of argy-bargy between the two, and the red line all 56, the black and red truck on the inside, but almost forced high and wide. Crystal King has to concede once again as Winicki, Winkler, Countryman, Schreiber, they're all stacked up behind, and continued contact between the two.
And I'll tell you, some drivers, Winicki, Winkler, Countryman, King, this is a little deja vu from earlier. They kind of got shuffled together again with that invert.
Winicki tries to make his move up the inside through the final corner. You can see the points top right of your screen. How they have all shaken up. Barry is going to be 7th in the seedings heading into the 2nd round. And a bit of more contact up through turn 1. King on the outside has got to give a bit of room, but has a chance to pass Sean Winkler. It will be Mittag, Swain, Dashley, Edmondson, our top 4 seeds heading into the Pro 2s.
And Crystal King does that, gets a little shove there from Winkler. She's now going after Winicki, looking up the inside there. Winkler struggling right now. This track, you can just tell, it's hard to get grip out of those corners. There's lots of barbels out there.
This is where the setup development ends up playing its part. The fact that the drivers have the opportunity to spend all that time, sometimes too much time, they would argue, dialing in the cars. Keaton Swain, Nicholas Dashley starting to tussle at the front. 2 teammates as we close in on the competition caution. We'll see that at the end of lap number 9. Swain almost hits that inside wall. It stole a whole lot of momentum away from him, and Dashley back up the inside, plugged that gap, holds on to the lead, and here comes Edmondson. Remember, our points leader at the halfway mark of the night.
Yeah, and it's crazy. You can see that, with Swain went out a little wide. He got caught in those marbles. You can just tell he just lost traction. Dashley was on that more of a blue groove. There's a little bit more traction down there. You can see with the track, the color change. And that's where you go. That rubber from all these, 4,000-pound trucks, 900 horsepower tearing them up, it packs the dirt down too. So it throws away that top layer to that middle part of the track, and it gets lower and lower as they go around because it starts to stack up. You don't want to be in that line.
Edmondson trying to work his way forward and potentially back up into the lead of the points in the top right of your screen. A bit more contact. They're getting familiar with each other out of turn 2. Drake Mittag is starting to close in that Impact Sim Sport number 4. Will he bring that red number plated number 2 of Connor Barry with him as well? Swain and Edmondson still drag race off the 2 of them down to the final corner. just avoiding tagging the left rear of Dashley, who will hold on. 1 lap left before we see the competition caution, and it will see Barry in with a chance of restarting in 5th.
I think the two-wheeled man is starting to love the four-wheel drive there, Edmondson. He's battling for the top line. He goes to the inside. Oh, my God, Dashley. And it's a good run. Dashley is trying to push him outside, not to give away that inside. And Edmondson gets pushed real wide. Swain goes up the inside, and here comes Matag. He's going to be right on the tail of Edmondson.
And through all of this, a bit more contact, and it's almost deja vu, but with different trucks involved. Connor Barry avoids tagging his teammate Edmondson. Edmondson almost went for the spin down at turn 3. Barry looked to the inside for a moment, trying to fight his way past Drake Mittag, and they race side by side off the corner. They race wheel to wheel on the run to the line, and the comp caution flies. End of lap number 9. Keaton Swain leads, but the rest of the field will start to pack up behind.
Oh, man, what an incredible first half of the race once again. I tell you, the racing just gets better and better every time. Every race.
And that's seemingly going to become a increasingly hard bar to raise. We will grab a chat with hopefully Keaton Swain and a couple of other drivers before we go racing once again. But it's some familiar names at the front, to say the very least. You can see those team affiliations as well. It's not necessarily super important, but if you've got someone that you can trust a bit more than the rest of the competition, that can often be a very, very helping thing to do. The field finally, by the way, has packed up, and so as our drivers get a chance to take the hands off the wheels and put them on their mouse and keyboards for a sec, we might finally get that chance to catch up with some of our drivers. Let's start with the race leader at the halfway mark, Keaton Swain, with Dave.
Keaton, what an incredible race, I'll tell you. I was watching the battle between you and Dashley. You know, he's your teammate out there. You're driving clean there. But Edmondson, when those two started battling, I mean, what was going through your mind? Was there like daylight all of a sudden?
It's definitely tough, you know, that when everyone's so close on times, you're kind of just in a line, and if you go for a move and it doesn't work out, then you drop back a position. So I knew everyone's going to be fighting to try and get that number 1 spot before the mandatory, and once Josh got around me, I kind of would just let them battle out, see if I can't get around them, and end up working out. But hopefully we can hang on here. I'm battling some network issues, so hopefully we just don't blink in and out, send me back to the pits, and hang on for the win here.
It's looking solid right now. Looks good. The factory sim sport driver there. Keaton, good luck here in the second half, man. We're looking forward to seeing how this turns out for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's catch up with his teammate Nicholas Dashley. Nicholas, great to catch up with you again. Interesting opening 9 laps, and it seems like it's only going to be getting more physical from here.
Oh, it's going to be an event here. So, yeah, I hope you grabbed your popcorn and got your drinks and soda, because it's going to get rowdy here.
How's that truck feeling at this point?
I mean, it feels pretty good. With the contact and battling, I'm not really able to show its speed, but I felt like in that first half, I was able to hold my own. I made a few mistakes, which allowed them to catch back up, and then everything happened, and Keaton was able to get all in front, and I got Josh hot on my tail with Drake and Connor right there, so I better be going forward instead of backward.
Well, we'll let you focus at the task at hand. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Let's see if we can also have a quick catch up with Connor Barry, who's fought his way all the way up to 5th position. He's standing by with Dave.
Connor, what an incredible battle. I know it was a rough one for the first half of the race, you know, in the first race, you know, when you fought up there, and now battling your way back up, you're back into 5th position. How does that feel for you?
Yeah, I think it should be fun. The first race, I decided to be a squid, and I put myself like into the wall. So I dug myself a big hole, but we're gonna try to get back up front and hopefully get some points back. But I got up to 5th, but it's gonna be a battle from here. It's gonna be a battle from here on out. So
do you just have to sit back and kind of like reset your brain and go, okay, calm down, cool out, and look forward? Or what's your mentality?
Wait one sec. There's a session issue. I gotta go.
No.
We'll let you go, Connor,
There you
and
go,
handle
Connor.
this. Thanks for the time. Well, unfortunate technical issues might just have meant that our race has come to an unfortunate and grinding halt. So we will pause proceedings momentarily and potentially restart the drivers in a new session for the final, effectively, 11 laps of racing. But Dave, what a night has been. The first ever event in the iRacing short course World Finals presented by APV Simulators, and has not disappointed so far.
No, I mean, this has been an incredible race. I got to say, you know, watching the battles that we've seen, I mean, Keaton, Swain, Dashley, and Edmondson, you know, watching, you know, Drake battle up to 4th place. Connor, you know, we saw him back in 15th place, you know, and coming and just up to 9th and then up to 7th, and all of a sudden, bam, 5th place. But the battles that they're all having, the battles that we saw, you know, with Drapkin, Winicki, King and Drapkin, you know, Winkler, he's fighting his way around there. It's just insane right now.
And this is also a bit uncomfortable, awkward, Dave, for the drivers as well, right? They've been sitting there, they knew they'd go racing in a few minutes' time, but now this could extend into a slightly longer gap between the first half of main event 2 and the second half.
I mean, I know some drivers can be patient, but it's not in their nature. They like to go fast. They like to be moving. They like to stay busy. It's just, you know, your adrenaline's pumping. You know, that steering wheel's been vibrating in your hand, and then you got to kind of reset yourself and find that adrenaline again. And, you know, find that drive, because, you know, waiting sucks.
Yes. Whether you're in the real or virtual world.
Yes.
It's not great if you're in the real car, hot and sweaty. It's just as comfortable in the virtual world as well. So we've kind of been teasing this, the fact that hopefully we get Wheatland December the 10th, Pro 4s, for the final event in the 2025 iRacing Short Course National Series schedule. That should be a very, very exciting prospect, Dave, because as far as I can understand, about everybody's got some fond memories of that track.
Oh, dude, it is one of the most incredible tracks. They really said that they wanted to reinvent, you know, short course to a certain degree, and bring back some of the old nostalgia, like the big leap like we used to have at the quarry back in the day in Chula Vista. We have an under-over, and we have more than just one left turn. I'm sorry, more than one right turn. We've got lots of switching backs. There's a great interior section. The over jump, the coming through off a 90-degree turn, sliding through the tunnel. I'm just so excited for that. And wait till you see how far these guys jump.
And there's a cross cart that's coming to the platform as well, so I'm going to be interested to see how far that can jump. It's not as big, it's not as powerful as these Pro 4 trucks, that's for sure, but we'll give it a good go.
So over a week ago, I was at Glen Helen. We had the Bonfire Short Course, and they bring out the old Odysseys and Pilots. That's kind of where the cross kart's kind of, you know, the original ideas from, and now they've grown into it. But just to watch those things out there, you know, with no suspension, to see the elevation or the evolution, I mean, of how off-road vehicles have going back to what we saw in, you know, sand rails to buggies, you know, to, you know, a Honda Pilot or with no suspension. It's like a quarter inch in the front and nothing in the back, and it's how much air pressure you used to put in is how much suspension you dealt with.
Your tire was your suspension.
Yes. To now, you know, seeing trophy trucks bashing through the desert, or a short course truck, you know, jumping over 100 feet through the air and landing on a pillow, you know.
I personally am a big fan of watching the Dakar every year, and the big trucks that they take a while to get up to speed, but when they're up to speed, they are wrecking balls.
The Unimogs?
Yes, no, exactly. Yes. You knew exactly what I was talking about. Right.
Yep.
So, my understanding is we are going to be racing again. However, we will not have any broadcast graphics up on screen for you, so we apologize for the technical issues.
Oh, we could figure out. We know these people.
Yeah, that's true. Although I'm potentially hearing word that we might have officially called the race as Connor Barry is pulling to the side of the track. We are crossing the line just to validate the official results, but what is a slightly unusual finish, to say the very least, especially because the iRacing sim has just given a whole bunch of weird penalties. So technical things are happening behind the scenes, and we won't get into the weeds of that. What we will get into, Dave, is the fun that we had today. We'll let our race control team deal with the unfortunate fun that is dealing with the situation. This is a provisional look at the race results, with Keaton Swain in front of Dashley, Edmondson, Mittag, Barry, Dratkin, Winnicki, King, Winkler, and Scheiber. Behind them, rounding out the field of 22 that competed across the course of tonight. Down in 11th position, if our graphic does want to work and scroll down there, is Dad Countryman with Tyson Miller, Tom Grady, Adam McAfee, Gavin Plummer, Kyle Cooper, Trevor Teal, Cody Vanderveer, Hadley Boyce, Trenton Briley, and then just one final starter in this second main event, and then one DNF as well. Let's quickly grab a catch up with some of our drivers. Let's see if we can start with Keaton Swain and see if he's got, Dave, anything for us to try and understand about what's just happened.
Keaton, are you scratching your head as much as we are right now? But looks like you took the win.
Yeah, I don't know. I won't complain. We'll definitely take it. I ain't mad about it.
Well, I mean, it was a great race. I mean, I don't know what to say on the finish there. I'm sure you wanted to battle. I know it's going to be great for you going into the rest of the races, but, you know, talk about the battles tonight. I mean, how incredible was it for you to have the racing you did tonight?
Yeah, the racing was definitely good. You know, it's real tight between all the top guys there, and it definitely makes for difficult passing, but you know, obviously we made a couple moves there to get into the lead before what was supposed to be the mandatory, but ended up working out to be the win. So I guess that's kind of why you do it. You never know. And it's always easier to lead the race. And I guess we'll take the momentum and hopefully, you know, head into the next round there with the Pro 2s. And hopefully, you know, we put something together and give ourselves a good shot at this championship.
And I got a question for you. Have you seen the talent of racing, or the closest of racing, how it's evolved in the last couple of years here? As it now, it's pretty much getting to the peak. I think it's just like everybody's on the same level.
Definitely. I mean, if you look at qualifying times and practice times and you know, race times, they're all really, really, really close. You know, and if you watch like a track like this one where you got the long straightaways, everyone's it's one long train. So it's definitely come a long way from when I first started. Obviously, you've seen, like 4 or 5 winners this year. Usually it's 2 or 3, so it's picking up, which is always good. Makes for better racing.
Well, that's good to know. Well, we're looking forward to seeing how you're going to run in Bark River. Are you ready to get in that Pro 2?
Oh, yeah, I prefer the Pro 2, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. Hopefully give ourselves a good points cushion going into the final there at Crandon.
It's like riding an old buggy or old Pro Light for you, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right on. Well, good luck to you. Congratulations on that win, and we'll see you in Bark River. Keaton Swain, everybody.
Thank you.
Let's grab a quick chat with Josh Edmondson as well. Josh, looks like you tie Nicholas Dashley with the most points on the night to put yourself in a pretty decent spot heading into the second round. Big smile on your face, but an interesting round as well. Lots of contact, wasn't there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, when the damage is off, people just turn it up a notch. I think, you know, they don't have to worry about their truck slowing down from the contact. So, yeah, there was some bump in there, and I had to repay the favor a couple times. But that's just, you know, what you do. You race others how you want to be raced. And it was actually some good battling out there. I'm really bummed it ended early. I felt like I had the pace to win that one. And, you know, could have maybe been up there, got the overall. I don't even know how that turned out, but yeah, overall, I mean, getting spun in the first race, coming back to fourth, and then third in that, I have to be happy with it.
And obviously, Pro 2 next. Keaton was just saying that he prefers that car. We know that's the same for you. What are you expecting at Bark River?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I absolutely love that truck a lot more than the Pro 4. Bark River's tough, though. It's really hard to pass. You're constantly turning, and Keaton's really fast there. There's a bunch of people. Drake and Connor are all really fast. So it's going to be really tough. I think qualifying will be really important depending on the invert there, and just trying to stay clean. I can't afford to get caught up like I did in the first race. And, there's only these 3 races, so you got to finish strong.
Sometimes bad luck seems to find you. Hopefully it doesn't next time out. Best of luck, Josh. We'll see you at Bark River.
Appreciate that. Quick shout out to the team, Channel 199 Sim Racing, Track Racer, Cosman for this new paint, and Racecraft and Pimax VR.
And before we wrap things up for the night, let's grab a chat with Drake Mittag as well, who, across of both the races, was the most successful. And Drake, that's a very content smile I see on your face right now.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I've got the overall win, but I was looking for more in that second race for sure, in the second half of that one. So bummed it got taken away by the sim, but it is what it is. A lot of work went into this one. We got 2 more nights of this, so we'll see.
And let's talk about the next night. We've talked about it with both Josh and Keaton. Pro 2s, Bark River, I think go in as the best seeded driver, but of course, really the goal is finish in the top 6 and head off to the final round of this World Finals to fight for the championship.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited about the Pro 2 race. I'm glad Connor did it this way to where we get both classes in this finals. I had a really, really strong Bark River that ended not so great, but if I don't repeat the history and only repeat the first race of the Pro 2, I think we could be looking pretty good. Just to make it to the final 6 would be cool. This being my first national year, like first time ever attempting or being fast enough to do even this far. So stoked. I'm excited. Gonna put a lot of work in for this final one, and we'll see if it all pays off.
Well, congratulations on the great performance tonight. We'll see you next time out at Bark River.
See you guys there.
And so Drake Mittag rounds up our post-race interviews. Well, Dave, bit of a chance for us to catch our breath, although we didn't have to use our full range of voices at least tonight. 11 laps short of the full complement of action, but I can't wait to do this all over again. And now our field in this World Finals effectively cut in half. We'll see everyone racing next time out, but only 12 drivers eligible for the championship.
Well, definitely going to look forward to Bark River. It's, kind of a bummer it got changed on this one because, man, the racing was good. But you know what? Pro 2's Bark River, bring it on.
And so join us on December the 3rd, a couple of weeks away, before just 1 week splits us from our year finale. The 2025 iRacing Short Course National Series World Finals presented by APV Simulators drawing to a close. Short but sweet, Bark River, the rolling hills of Michigan, welcome us on December the 3rd. But for the great team behind the scenes, it's time to bid you farewell. For our producer Hugo Luis, for Dave Arnold, alongside myself, our Junior Kanky Party, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time here. The next round of the iRacing Short Course World Finals, our quest to crown the King of the Dirt in 2025. So much to look forward to, including crowning our very first Short Course National Series World Champion. First up, it's the 3-time king starting off on top. It's win 17 for Connor Barry. First-time winner in the iRacing Short Course National Series. Take a bow, Drake Mittag. Adams is winner 22. He does it in the signature Propellers Long Beach Surfside Showdown. Keaton Swain's not going to stand down. To the line, a photo finish.
He finally got it. Swain, pop the champagne, baby.
And while Luke Canutt's yet to taste success in 2025, it's going to be a taste that's oh so sweet. Back in victory lane for the first time this year.
At the Big House, her first win in the National Series. Through Calamity Corner, Crystal King gets it done.
It's taken a while for Josh Edmondson to crack the victory circle. He gets it done here at the Wild West Motorsports Park.
Barry getting quite comfortable in victory lane.
But the story, I think, right now is that young man right there, the number 4, Drake Matag.
He broke through in the Pro 4s at Firebird. He'll win in the Pro 2s to start the season off. Keaton Swain wins again in the iRacing National Series, but this time in the Pro 2s, dominant at the front. It's Connor Barry, a Pro 4 and now Pro 2 National Series champion here in 2025.
Can't wait till the World Finals come, man. This is going to be incredible. 2 Pro 4 races and a Pro 2. Anyone's game right now.